Your broadcast is about to begin.
Stay tuned. Your broadcast is about to begin.
Stay tuned. Your broadcast is about to begin. Stay tuned. Your broadcast is about to begin. Stay tuned. Your broadcast is about to begin. Stay tuned. Your broad.
Live from Bennigan's Restaurant in Steubenville, Ohio, Ohio Valley Sports Online presents the Steubenville Big Red Coaches Show with Coach Reno Salcott. Jason Jenkins here with Bill Ellis, Dan Vogel, always making things happen behind the scenes. And, of course, the winning coach of Division 4, Region 15, Coach Reno Salcott. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Just an excellent effort once again. The team just, I've said it the last few games, every phase of the game, they look good. I mean,
that was one of our. I think we've had three really good outings, and that was one of the three. And the kids and the coach were really happy after the game, and I don't blame them for being happy. But there's a thin line between being happy and being satisfied, and I'm sure that we're not satisfied yet.
I thought offensively, it kind of looked like the Hartley game. You were up 14-0 pretty quick, and then they're a team that didn't want to throw the football, so you kind of had them one-dimensional again. It's great. Is it your game plan to get you up 14-0? Because it seems like every big playoff game you're up 14-0 before 5 or 6 minutes are gone in the first quarter.
Well, I don't know. I was really surprised when they won the toss and elected to kick off. We really had it in our minds that we were going to, if we won the toss, we were going to receive. And because we wanted to be on offense first. But I don't know. 14-0 was – hope it happens every day for the rest of my life.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah.
And they played, like you said, right into your hands. And, just talking about this team, one particular play early in the game stood out for me. Xavier breaks that long run. He's gone. And a lot of times, including in the NFL college, you see guys break a long run. His teammates are jogging downfield or celebrating. Ty Pierce continued to sprint down the field with Xavier, and that just speaks, again, volumes of your team.
There, but yes. And we told our kids, this is 2022. It's not 1965. I mean, some teams are taught to rip the ball out instead of tackle, when you get that far down the field. And that's the third time we've had that happen to us. So our guys really have to The ball's more important than yards, period. The ball's the most important thing on the field, and we have to protect that like it is the most important thing on the field. But, to your point, not saying anything about Xavier, your point was to bring out the hustle of Ty Pierce and two other guys that were there, and I didn't even know it. I thought Xavier scored, and because I was getting the extra point team ready, but when they said that Ty Pierce picked up a fumble,
that happened.
Yeah.
Well, offensively, I thought you guys were really well balanced. You threw it when you wanted, ran it when you had to. I'm sorry, you ran it when you wanted to and threw it when you had to. But the stats were pretty even. He probably his best throwing night of the year, I would say.
And we threw the ball 7 times on first down. So that's Phaeton had a very good. And I told the same players this week. The better we throw it at practice, the more we're going to throw it in the game. If we only threw 14 times a week before because we didn't have a good. We didn't catch the ball good. You got to catch the ball good. You got to throw the ball good, and that tells me what we're going to do on Saturday. And we've had a good 2 weeks now. We had a good day today, throwing and catching, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be in pads. Hopefully we can keep it going.
Coach, I got to ask you because I know every single one of them special. Every team you've coached, every player you've coached, every region championship, but just. Earlier you talked about the grit and gut that these kids since the 5th and 6th grade lift club. This how special it is just for them to.
Well, I feel that as you're coaching players, there's nothing more special than the players you're coaching, and because it's right now, And I probably would have said this, 2017, 2021, as you're coaching them. You know what they've gone through to play. And I know that our players, and not all of them, but our players, the ones that truly love the game, have been there since the 5th and 6th grade lift club, and they haven't stopped. And a lot of kids start there. Then they sort of fade away a little bit. But I think the lift club has helped every sport at Big Red through the lift club at Harding. And, your 5th and 6th graders start without weights, and your 7th and 8th graders with weights. And then you go to the high school and you have it as your phys ed class. And I know that it's helped every sport, even the coaches that don't really believe in the lifting part of it. Their best players are the ones that started out in lift club. And so right now these players are special because there are about 5 or 6 of them. They never miss a day. And some of them aren't even starting and still never miss a day.
That's awesome there.
But, I hope the kids, if the kids don't know how the coach feels about them, then the coach did a poor job of expressing that. And I try to express that as often as I can because I do appreciate them. But, I tell them all, I love you all, but I love the ones that work the hardest the most. And not the best players, the ones that work the hardest the most.
I thought at the end of the game what you did with Cooper was a pretty good gesture, to get him in the game for all – because he's probably one of those kids that's been in the 5th and 6th grade lift club, never misses, and you got him in for, he can say – got in the game for Steubenville Big Red.
He was happy too, and I'm happy for him. And as a matter of fact, he's getting released Friday, so he'll be able to play after Friday.
That's awesome.
And he would have been, he'd have been on all our special teams. He'd have been one of our tight ends, and hopefully we can get him in there Saturday. See how it goes Friday.
Well, that's awesome because Cooper Blackburn's a great kid.
We also Cam Daly went in on that play.
Yes, that was great to see.
At tackle. And Blackburn went in there at tight end.
Yeah. Coach, I want to talk about the defense, too, because you pretty much dominated the game. And one thing that stood out to me, you can always tell when the kids have prepped and prepared. I know they watch films. They went to throw that halfback pass, and Spencer, like he was a receiver. Like he had saw that plenty of times on film. And
not even on film, we threw it about 3 or 4 times at practice. And Todd, my job is, and it seems funny to everybody else, but I really believe in it. You go back, and I got that off. I think we played them in 13 or 14. Yeah. I'm not sure when it was, but I went back and watched those games, and they did that. And Todd and I just talked about it. It's something that same coach might
Same
try
coach
it
tried
again.
again.
So it was 10 years later, or 8 years later, but our kids were ready for it.
It was perfect, too, because he was right. Spencer looked like he was running after the ball, and the quarterback was getting the ball, and he was like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
They had a really good game plan. It's just that, thank you. It's just that once, it's like a snowball rolling down the hill, man. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it was our night. It was our night. I don't say that very often this year, but it was our night, and we could play that game 20 times and it come out 20 different endings. But that night was our night, and our kids were ready from Jump Street, man. They were ready on the bus riding down there, and I just appreciate the mental preparation and the mentality they went on the field with.
And I know you. You won't, but I do. I'm supposed to be biased, but I'm not. I'm Big Red. And I said it Saturday night, and I'll say it again. It seemed like we got watched a little bit more than maybe in the past, or maybe the official. I mean, I know we had a lot of penalties, but some of them were just,
No.
And I know you won't, but I will.
Yeah, I just, I don't have any comment on that. I made my comments during the game, and it's probably why I got a flag. But just a couple calls that were close, and I think that if you hold and it's a hold, you throw the flag. But if it's a questionable call and you're 40 yards away from the ball, then something else should be done. But you know what? There ain't nobody. None of those officials care who win the game.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they weren't out to do this or that or that.
No, I'm not
that.
saying that.
No, I know, but it's just. That's how the game's played, and I told our kids, you got to know at the end of the first quarter how they're officiating the game, and you got to adjust, and but we made a lot of mistakes. Jumping off sides.
Yes.
Moving too early. Going in motion the wrong way. We made a lot of self-inflicting rules, so I don't have anything to say about the officials. Now, once we fix our end of it, if we would just fix our end of it, then those penalties wouldn't be as severe as they are now. But, we had 5 offensive penalties and 2 defensive penalties that we did, not them.
Yeah, 'cause I remember you guys had 5 motion calls. Jumping early. Pre-snaps, yeah, before the ball was even snapped. But I thought defensively you guys were lights out. If I'm not mistaken, I think they had 51 total yards. If it was close to that.
I'm not sure.
And I know they had the one run was 34 yards on the touchdown run that made it 20-7.
Yeah, and they broke the huddle with 12 guys.
Yeah,
I got that. Hold on. I got the rule from a referee. That is not a penalty in high school. A guy texted me. I got it.
I don't care what you say.
I'm just telling you what the guy told me. I'm not saying he's right.
seen it
Break the
called.
huddle with 12, it's a penalty.
Yeah, I've seen it called a lot.
Hold on. I have the text.
Well, whoever sent it to you is wrong.
Okay, he said, I just wanted to give you a heads up from what I heard you guys on the radio. In high school football, 12 men breaking the huddle is not illegal. It is in college, not in high school. Just something I heard.
All right, who is it?
I'll tell you off the air.
Okay. He's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it. We've seen it called.
Yeah.
Plenty of times.
He texted me.
He's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. They did break the huddle because me and Jason jumped all over it when they did it. They didn't throw the flag because he went off, broke the huddle, and ran to the sideline. Yeah, I agree. But I'll let you know after the air.
So it's just a penalty on us then?
I don't know. I'd have to text him and ask him.
I don't even want to get into that. Get something else.
Yeah.
Get something else. I'm going to talk about officials.
Okay, that's all right. Matter of fact, let's take a short break, Dan. We'll take a break here, and then we will come back and we'll talk about this week's opponent, Cincinnati, Wyoming. You're listening to Coach Reno Sawkutch on the Steubenville Big Red Coaches Show, sponsored by Fort Steuben Maintenance. We'll be back after these messages.
Got a sidewalk that needs replaced, or maybe your roof is leaking? How about some new windows? Who do you call? Fort Steuben Maintenance, that's who. Commercial or residential, they can handle most any project, big or small. They also do new construction and renovations. So get a free estimate by calling Fort Steuben Maintenance today and get them started on your next project. 740-283-4890 for Fort Steuben Maintenance.
Ohio Valley Sports Online is your sports authority. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Live streaming high school and NCAA sports, plus weekly football coaches shows right here on Ohio Valley Sports Online.
Pierce Media is a proud sponsor of this program. Pierce Media offers video production as well as advertising and marketing services. They help advertise to those who are looking for what you do. Call to see what they can help you do. 740-632-2800 for Pierce Media, or look them up on Facebook.
You know, Fort Steuben Maintenance should be your first choice when it comes to any and all construction projects, whether it's commercial or residential. Make Fort Steuben Maintenance your first call. You can rely on them to be the experts when it comes to roofing, concrete, plumbing, carpentry, just about any job that needs done. Fort Steuben Maintenance, they're fully licensed and bonded and will even give you a free estimate. Fort Steuben Maintenance. You want the number? 740-283-4890. Thanks, Fort Steuben Maintenance, for sponsoring Big Red Head football coach Reno Suckoch on the Ohio Valley Sports Online Coaches Show.
And we're back here live at Bennigan's with Coach Suckoch. Thank you. Coach, this week, congratulations once again. One of the goals, the first goal was to get 2 home playoff games. You accomplished that. Second was the region championship. You did that. Now on to the Final Four to try to accomplish the last one against a Cincinnati, Wyoming team. Comes in undefeated, giving up, I believe, 35 points a game. Can you tell us a little bit?
No, 35 points for the season.
Year, that's what I'm sorry.
For the season. They're 69-1 in the last 7 years regular season, and they're 113-13 the last 10 years. They won the state championship in 18 and lost in the regional finals a couple times. They're the real deal. Their back's the best we've gone against in a lot of years. And they play with heart. They play with determination. They're very well coached. They're very well balanced in the way they run their offense. And you just have to be prepared sideline to sideline. And once they get you running and going and things like that, then they come with that play action pass. So they're as good as they were in 18, only in a different way. In 18, the quarterback was their go-to guy, and now their tailback's their go-to guy. So, and they block for them, and they're having a lot of fun playing football. And it's going to be a great challenge for us, both offensively, going against a team that's only given up 35